Now, the other thing that I'm going to be kind of sending out, the modified cycle trader, I mentioned it last week, and I just want to just quickly cover it off again tonight, just in case anybody was confused, because I just need to kind of elaborate on that a little bit. With the cycle trader at the moment, the cycle trader buys support, sells resistance. So what we're having done to the cycle trader at the moment will take any single trade that's not in a trend. So if it's got cyan bars, then it won't take the trade. But if it's basically got just normal price bars and it's not in an actual trend, then the cycle trader will start taking trades. So I'll go back to crude, because crude's a really good one for, that's better. So here's a good example. So you've got cycle trader sell, cycle trader buy, cycle trader sell. So they're all your customary setups, buys and sells. Now the bars that we want to be able to eliminate from our testing, or at least test separately, because what it's going to be is it's going to be the cycle. You'll be able to test the cycle trader based on entry. So your entry will be you'll have a bearish. So this is I'm talking more for the selling the cycle, and the same would apply for buying as well. So your entry would be, say for the sell as an example, you'd want a bearish bar. So what constitutes a bearish bar? And this, I just need to elaborate this because there's a little bit of confusion. The bearish bar, can anybody tell me what would constitute a bearish bar, like apart from the color? Because we just need to elaborate a little bit more on that. Yeah, so it's very simple. The close has to be below the open. So if you look at any candle setup, your close has to be below the open. The close is at 87.53, the open 87.56, so clearly below the open. So that is a bearish bar. Now, there are three types of bars that we can get on the cycle trader. There's a bearish bar, there's a bullish bar, which would mean that the close is higher than the open, which is one of those green bars. And then there's this neutral bar, where our close is equal to the open. So they're the three types of bars that we're going to be testing on when we do our cycle trader test. So what I want you to do with any strategies you've developed up on the cycle trader, the new addition will be that you can take an entry, or you can test on the entry based on these three bar setups. So that will allow us to then really identify what is the probability of either a buy or a selling the cycle trader or buying the cycle trader. What's the likelihood or the probability of that trade being a winning trade based on that initial candle? Now, the other component to the cycle trader, is when the cycle trader goes to the failed trend, like we mentioned before. So it's this, and the other addition to the cycle trader will be this MACD as well, because what we're gonna have is all right, well, I'm trading the cycle trader. I've got my requirements for the cycle trader based on my testing are that I need to have a bearish sell bar, a bearish bar entry, because that's telling me that I've already got I'm trading against. I've got that price bar moving against the general trend, and I've got resistance. But I may need some additional things. I may need the key level filter, and I also may want to see my MACD turn bearish as well, or give a red that momentum signal. So what we're going to build into this MACD, into this cycle trader, is three components: the candle setup on the resistance and support, the confirmation that you've got the MACD confirmation. So it can either be the red dots or below the zero line, obviously for a short, and vice versa for a long. So that just gives us a higher probability setup on our cycle trader. Is everybody following me with that? So what you're typically going to see is you're going to often see a lot of these cycle trader, they're going to have to break through that resistance and then trade back below to get that trade set up for the MACD and also for the price bar. So that's going to be a little modification to the cycle trader that we're going to make, as I mentioned last week, and that'll be coming out shortly. That's probably what I wanted to cover tonight. Definitely check. I want you to check the Dropbox folders for any of the updates that I've been putting in. There's